Okay, forgotten photography. I'm going to answer a couple more here. I'm going to do a kind of quick fire here. Forgotten photographilic says, I have trouble starting a project. I think about it, plan it, change the plan, think some more, and then end up not starting it. Do you have any tips on how to get past the planning stage and how to start a project? Yes. The lowest possible threshold to get the thing out of my head is foam core or corrugated cardboard. And for you, I would actually recommend corrugated cardboard, forgotten photographilic. It sounds like you're locked up in the perfect being the enemy of the good, and you can't start because maybe all the circumstances aren't right. And what I would submit to you is that maybe the reason you haven't started the project yet is because you don't have it fully in your head, even though you think you might. And for me, building something with hot glue, which is like, hot glue is such a vital material. It's never not at my workbench. Hot glue and corrugated cardboard. And the reason I'm suggesting corrugated cardboard is because it is such a low rent material. It is such a garbage material that your expectations of perfection go out the window. It is literally a tool for like workshopping a physical idea, a physical form in its first pass. When you want the refined version, you can go to foam core. And don't get me wrong, there are people who can do the most beautifully refined work out of corrugated cardboard. But mentally, we think of corrugated cardboard as garbage, and that actually is useful within the frame of doing your first pass at a thing. I hope that helps. Steve Carl asks, I'm sitting in my corporate office job, but have been feeling like I'm supposed to be building a maker career. What do you think is a good first step for a wannabe prop builder? And someone else had a similar question. Yes. Alberthagi 1310 said, what is a great way to start getting clientele? I'm mostly a painter, but I'm starting to incorporate more three-dimensional art to my shop. So for both of you, I have a similar answer, which is you should be looking down all sorts of different avenues for doing what you want to do. There are for making stuff. There are theaters. There are window displays. There are caterers where party throwers build custom crap all the time at high volume, low margin, low schedule. There are those things. So you could keep on calling different places where you see things being made and just pitching ideas or learning about the landscape. But the single best way to find people that are interested in what you're doing is to tell everybody what the hell you're doing. And it's also advice I give for employees is tell your boss the stuff that you're interested in that's not necessarily in your job description. Because I always want to know what people are interested in. What they're interested in is going to be the thing that they're going to execute at a higher level because they're curious about it. So I'm a big believer that when you're working, you should always be like expressing your curiosity to your boss. If your boss doesn't take that information well, then they're a bad boss. Because the curiosity of your people is one of the things you should be fomenting and building and supporting as a boss. As a person looking for clientele, the more you tell people what you're making, and don't just tell them. If you build a little thing, carry it around with you, show it to people. I've gotten jobs from doing just that. Put it up on your phone, take pictures of it. Just for your own self to moon over it, but to show other people. Put up a Medium post. Shoot a TikTok about it. That's how the unexpected channel will find you. That's how the weird thing that you didn't know is going to find you. So we had this recently. We had our friend Johnny Fraser Allen here at the cave, and those videos will go up at some point in the future. I'm really excited to show you what that is. But the thing that Johnny brought to show us came to him because of a video we shot with him 8 years ago. He was telling us about the thing he was interested in, and this super weird, absolutely perfect, like a bolt of lightning from the sky opportunity delivered itself to his front door. So that's my tale for both of you. And for beginning makers, really yeah, you don't have to be tiresome about it. You don't have to mansplain it. You can just show people the thing you're excited about. pay attention if you're overstaying your welcome of showing pictures, and then just keep talking about it. That's the single best way to find those avenues to work that you don't expect. And don't get me wrong, when I was freelance, I treated every day that I didn't have work like the job of going to find work. So I'd pull up old laptops and look at old contact lists. Oh, I haven't talked to that guy in 5 years. Let me call him. I would cold call. I cold called a magic illusion manufacturer in Vegas. Between two films at Industrial Light and Magic, I thought my skill set seems like it would be perfect for an illusion designer. And they agreed. And then I got a job before I could head over to Vegas and interview with them. But like, I was never not looking for other avenues that could utilize my skill sets. Good luck. Daniel Locker has a good question. Also, Daniel Locker gave a super thanks donation. Thank you very much. And says, as one who has built and debunked many free energy machines on Mythbusters, what is your advice for turning down a client that thinks they have outsmarted physics? Oh, okay. Wait, I have a point of view that surprises me. Yeah. You could take their dough and set their expectations. I mean, you could say, given my understanding of physics, this will never work, but I am happy to build these parts. The question is he asking you to build a free energy machine, or has he designed it and is asking you to build parts? Those are two different things. If he's asking you to build a free energy machine, run. There's no percentage in that because you can't get free energy. And if he's got a set of design drawings, then what you could say is, I am sure this will not work as you intended, but I am delighted to build these pieces for you to your exact specifications. But you really want to make it clear that when it doesn't, you really want to make it clear you don't think it's going to work. You want to make it clear you are sure it's not going to work. Look, if it works and I'm totally wrong about physics, more power to you. That's great. But I don't think I'm wrong. I don't think that over unity is a thing. And you're still going to end up with a pissed off client. But if you have really, really written that contract in the beginning so that, you know, the machine working isn't your responsibility, you are building pieces to the plan. That's a tough one, man. I mean, you know, if funny, my brain was going back to charlatans I have met. There was a famous flying car that for many, many, many years was on the cover of Popular Mechanics like every 10 years since the like 60s. And it was always like, this is the flying car that's coming. And when we did flying machines in the early seasons of Mythbusters, and we went and visited the shop of that flying car. I'm not going to name them because I'm just about to. Anyway, we visited the shop of that flying car, and I will tell you that I walked into this shop and I could tell that it wasn't a shop. And what I mean is there were mills and there were pieces and there were shelves full of things, but I could tell that this was not a shop that anyone had used in an appreciable period of time. It was a shop set, not a shop. Anyway, I was just thinking about that. You were talking about free energy. All I think of is scam artists and charlatans. It seems like you have someone who thinks they've outsmarted physics, which like the world is replete with lots of those. And, you know, in the past, some people have or come to brand new understandings of our universe. It's just unlikely that the dude who wants you to build a free energy machine is like one of those lottery winners. I hope that answer was somewhat useful. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to support us even further, you can by becoming a tested member. Details are, of course, below, but it includes all sorts of perks, and we're building them all the time. You get advanced word and behind-the-scenes photos of some of our projects, questions. You get to ask direct questions during my live streams, and we have some members-only videos, including the Adam real-time series of unbroken, unedited shots of me working here in the shop. They are weirdly meditative. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.